1 min ago, the tension at the Reform Council Hotel has reached a boiling point. Richard Tice, the outspoken leader, has made a shocking declaration that has sent ripples across the nation. The quiet corridors of this hotel are now at the heart of a storm, as a bold confrontation over migrants is set to unfold. Every move, every statement, and every reaction could change the course of this escalating battle. What does this mean for the community? And how far will Tice go to enforce his controversial plan? The atmosphere around the Reform Council Hotel has turned tense and chaotic, with local residents and officials caught off guard by the latest developments. Richard Tice, speaking with unyielding determination, has vowed to take decisive action against the migrant presence in the hotel, framing it as a necessary move to protect local communities and uphold law and order. His words are sharp, calculated, and designed to provoke a reaction. "We will not allow this situation to spiral out of control," he asserted, emphasizing that the council is prepared to fight every legal battle to achieve its goal. The political implications are enormous. Supporters of Tice see this as a courageous stand against unchecked immigration, applauding his boldness and clarity of vision. Meanwhile, critics warn that such actions could inflame tensions, deepen divisions, and lead to wider unrest. Inside the hotel, uncertainty and anxiety have gripped residents and staff alike. Rumours are spreading quickly, fueled by social media posts, heated discussions, and rapid news updates. Each statement from Tice seems to escalate the situation further, creating a sense of anticipation and unease. Legal experts have begun analysing the council's powers, debating how far local authorities can go in enforcing expulsions and restrictions. Every word from Tice is scrutinised, dissected, and debated in real time, heightening the suspense. Citizens are left wondering, will the council's actions succeed, or will this trigger a larger confrontation? The stakes could not be higher. Richard Tice's declaration is more than a political statement. It is a challenge, a provocation, and a rallying cry for his supporters. The language he uses is direct and uncompromising, leaving no room for ambiguity. It's clear he intends to dominate the narrative, to shape public opinion, and to push the boundaries of what local authorities can achieve. As journalists rush to cover the story, every angle is examined: the human impact, the legal ramifications, and the political fallout. Each report adds another layer of tension, building a sense of immediacy and urgency that keeps the public glued to every update. For the people living near the hotel, this is no longer just a political story. It's a matter of daily reality. The threat of confrontation has cast a shadow over their routines, and uncertainty looms large. Will local authorities be able to manage the situation peacefully, or are they walking into a storm that cannot be contained? Tice's words, delivered with confidence and force, have transformed the hotel into a focal point of national debate, a place where politics, law, and human stories collide. The unfolding events are unpredictable, the outcomes uncertain, and the tension palpable, leaving everyone watching for the next move in this high-stakes showdown. As the standoff at the Reform Council Hotel intensifies, the public and authorities alike are bracing for the unfolding drama. Richard Tice's declaration has ignited a firestorm of reactions, drawing attention from every corner of the nation. Local residents, political analysts, and law enforcement officials are now navigating an increasingly complex situation where each decision could trigger unforeseen consequences. The hotel, once a place of routine activity, has transformed into a symbol of tension, representing the collision between political authority and human rights. Inside, staff and residents are gripped by anxiety, unsure of what the next hours will bring. Every announcement from Tice seems to heighten the uncertainty, as his language leaves no room for compromise. He frames the council's actions as a moral imperative, a defence of community values and national order, making it clear that hesitation is not an option. The broader political implications of Tice's stance are significant. Supporters praise his decisiveness, seeing in his words a reflection of strength and clarity at a time when many believe leadership is lacking. They interpret his bold approach as a necessary confrontation with an issue that has long been avoided, and they are emboldened by his willingness to challenge conventional norms. Opponents, however, warn of the dangers inherent in such aggressive rhetoric. They highlight the risk of escalating conflict, both within the hotel and across surrounding communities, and caution that legal challenges could quickly turn this political statement into a prolonged national controversy. Social media platforms have become battlegrounds of opinion, where every statement, video clip, and analysis is dissected and debated in real time. The story has gone beyond local news, capturing national attention and becoming a symbol of the broader debates surrounding migration, governance, and civil authority. Within the hotel itself, the human element is undeniable. Families, staff, and residents are caught in the crossfire of politics and public opinion. Their routines have been disrupted, their sense of security shaken, and their trust in local authorities tested. Anxiety runs high as speculation spreads about possible enforcement actions and potential confrontations. Legal experts weigh in on the council's authority, analysing the fine line between lawful governance and overreach, while journalists document every development with an eye toward both urgency and accuracy. This environment of uncertainty amplifies the suspense, as each passing hour seems to bring new challenges and unexpected twists. The hotel is no longer just a building, it has become a stage where competing interests, human emotions, and political ambitions collide, creating a narrative that is both compelling and unpredictable. The ripple effects extend far beyond the immediate vicinity. Neighbouring communities watch closely, wondering how the council's actions will impact local safety, social cohesion, and public perception. Civic leaders and local law enforcement face mounting pressure to respond effectively without inflaming tensions further. At the same time, Tice's approach is meticulously calculated to maintain public attention, reinforcing his message through repeated statements and strategic appearances. The drama unfolding at the Reform Council Hotel is not merely a local story. It is a test of authority, a gauge of public sentiment, and a window into the broader societal conflicts that continue to define the national discourse. Suspense hangs heavy over every update, every report, and every reaction, leaving citizens across the country on edge as they watch events unfold in real time. The standoff at the Reform Council Hotel has now reached a level of intensity that few could have predicted. Richard Tice's uncompromising stance has created an environment where every decision, every statement, and every movement is scrutinised under a national spotlight. Citizens, politicians, and legal experts alike are monitoring the situation with bated breath, understanding that the outcome of this confrontation could set a precedent for local governance and the treatment of migrants across the country. The tension is palpable, with the hotel functioning less as a building and more as a theatre of conflict, where the drama is continuously unfolding. Each development adds a new layer of complexity, amplifying public anxiety and drawing even more attention to Tice's bold approach. His words resonate with supporters who see decisive action as long overdue, while opponents fear that such measures could escalate into civil unrest or legal turmoil. The narrative has become a national spectacle, a point of debate, and a source of growing suspense that keeps audiences engaged and anxious for updates. Inside the hotel, life has transformed into a state of constant uncertainty. Residents, families, and staff face a daily reality dominated by fear and speculation, unsure of how authorities will proceed or what the immediate consequences might be. Every new statement from the council adds to the anxiety, as interpretations of Tice's intentions vary widely. The tension is heightened by the rapid spread of information through social media, where videos, posts, and live updates fuel speculation, intensify emotions, and influence public perception. Local law enforcement must navigate these murky waters, balancing the need for order with the potential for heightened confrontation. Legal experts continue to debate the limits of authority, questioning whether the council's actions will withstand scrutiny or if challenges will emerge that could change the course of events entirely. This intricate web of politics, law, and human impact creates a suspenseful atmosphere where nothing is predictable, and every move carries weighty consequences. The broader societal implications are becoming increasingly clear. The story is no longer confined to a single hotel or community. It has become a symbol of the wider debates over migration, governance, and public responsibility. National audiences are drawn into the drama, following every development and analysing the potential outcomes. Supporters view Tice's declaration as a statement of principle, a demonstration of leadership in the face of what they see as inaction by others. Critics, however, view the unfolding events as a cautionary tale, warning of the dangers of politically charged rhetoric and the potential for escalating conflicts in already sensitive situations. Media coverage plays a central role in shaping perception, with each report influencing public sentiment and adding layers of suspense. The national discourse has become entangled with local realities, turning what might have been a contained issue into a focal point of political debate and emotional intensity. Amid all this, the human dimension cannot be overlooked. Families, hotel staff, and residents are caught in a maelstrom of politics, public opinion, and uncertainty. Their experiences, fears, and reactions are intertwined with the unfolding events, providing a stark reminder of the real-world impact of decisions made in political arenas. The tension permeates daily life, shaping interactions, routines, and expectations. Every statement from Tice, every response from authorities, and every news update contributes to a mounting sense of suspense. This environment of heightened anticipation ensures that the story continues to captivate audiences, keeping them engaged and invested in every development. The Reform Council Hotel has become more than just a building. It is now the epicenter of a national conversation, a place where politics, human experience, and suspense collide in ways that are unpredictable, gripping, and profoundly impactful. The situation at the Reform Council Hotel has now escalated into a defining moment, one that will be remembered for its intensity, political ramifications, and human impact. Richard Tice's unflinching determination has turned a single location into a national focal point, with consequences reaching far beyond the hotel's walls. His declaration against migrants has forced the public, authorities, and politicians to confront questions that are as complex as they are contentious. What does justice mean in a situation so politically charged? How far can local authorities go without crossing legal or ethical boundaries? Every development, every statement, and every reaction is now measured against these questions, and the suspense surrounding the unfolding events is tangible. Public opinion has fractured along predictable and unpredictable lines, with debates raging in homes, workplaces, and social media feeds alike. Supporters of Tice interpret his actions as a bold assertion of law, order, and community protection. They argue that decisive action is necessary to address what they view as an ongoing failure of governance. Critics counter that such a hardline approach risks inflaming tensions, marginalizing vulnerable populations, and creating a precedent that could have dangerous consequences in other communities facing similar issues. Inside the hotel, daily life has been transformed into a state of uncertainty and apprehension. Staff, residents, and families navigate their routines under a cloud of tension, unsure of what the next hours or days will bring. The presence of local authorities and the potential for enforcement actions create a constant undercurrent of anxiety, as every decision made by officials could trigger reactions with far-reaching consequences. The human impact of political decisions is laid bare here, highlighting the fragility of normalcy in the midst of escalating public debate. Social media and news coverage amplify every event, spreading information at a rapid pace and feeding the national fascination with the standoff. Each report adds another layer of suspense, ensuring that audiences remain engaged, anxious, and eager for the next development. The hotel has become a stage where competing forces, political authority, public sentiment, legal boundaries, and human experience intersect in a high-stakes drama that seems impossible to resolve without tension. The political landscape surrounding the hotel has shifted dramatically. Tice's declaration has become a litmus test for leadership, authority, and political courage. National leaders, local council members, and advocacy groups are now forced to respond to a scenario that demands immediate attention, careful calculation, and strategic communication. The balance between enforcing law, protecting community interests, and maintaining public trust is delicate, and missteps could have repercussions that extend far beyond this single conflict. Analysts, commentators, and citizens watch intently, dissecting every phrase, action, and decision, aware that the implications are both local and national. The intensity of the narrative ensures that the story remains compelling, with suspense building as each hour passes, each statement is made, and each reaction unfolds. The unfolding events are unpredictable, but the stakes are unmistakably high, leaving the public on edge as they follow the story with a mix of anticipation and apprehension.